Heyo, what's up? I'm back with some shenanigans. It's week 20, market, batch analysis, whatever this is called. Who cares? I have some trades here, so I thought I'm gonna go over them. So last week I had quite a lot of trades here, and that was pretty cool. Markets were well alive, and I could actually do the things that traders do. Well, what we do mostly is wait, but I could do the fun stuff, which is take trades. And I was hoping that that's going to go over to this week as well, but not really, not really. Most of the markets kind of pooped, and there wasn't too much going on. Unfortunately, one of these two trades I actually missed because I couldn't sleep the entire night, and then I just didn't wake up on time, and this happened after I already woke up. So I missed out on a +5. That kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Well, I should actually do this and hide the results. But to be honest, it doesn't matter so much. Anyway, on a different note, I'm actually glad that this week wasn't too hectic because it was my final prep week for my finals. And your boy is a certified fitness trainer now. How cool is that, huh? So I think that's really cool because in case that AI should take over the trading space, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it should, and the trading, let's say the trading profession becomes obsolete, I have a plan B of doing something that I'm very passionate about, which is fitness and martial arts. I have both courses now, and I can start a business with that. So that's really cool. I still think I'm going to become a trader though. I like that more. So without further yapping, let's just go into today's trades. 2 weeks trades. So here I start with my Notion. I started crossing these days. Whenever I don't trade this day, I just put a cross here so I don't have to actually take a look or anything. So here I have 2 days where I traded. So Wednesday, let's take a look at the contexts first. So I was looking at NAS 100. NAS 100 has been on the watch list for quite a while. Weekly, beautiful move. Daily, beautiful move. Big, strong momentum cycle. It's important to note that it's all carried just by the technology sector. All the other sectors are kind of failing behind, but we don't really care. As long as the index is going up, we can trade it. And if I was looking for some individual stocks, I would definitely be looking at technology. But those I pretty much just, not even forward test, I just keep a look at my stock watch lists, and they're performing really well, but I don't really keep track too much. Next up is JPN225. Been on the watch list for a while as well. Weekly, daily looks good, but right now we are reaccumulating. So on the lower time frames, this probably needs some reignition. And lastly, I was also looking at copper. This is a new thing, new contender on the list. So here there's a big wick here on the weekly, but pretty well-defined resistance, I would say, and we broke out of there as well. And on the daily, this is looking good. So maybe this would be good for like a, I don't know, 1 hour entry, 10-minute entry, something like that. So I was keeping a look at that. So here we have the news, watch list, blah, blah, blah. So this is how the watch list looks like. These are the 10 minutes or 100 minutes, whatever zoom I decided is important. And we can see that indeed there is some reaccumulation happening on most of these things. And NAS 100 actually looks kind of ready. I already have the resistance here lined up the flippy. And if there was a breakout, I would most definitely follow that because it looks pretty good. So with all that being said, what do I write here? I woke up late today because I couldn't sleep at all. Missed a beautiful +5 on NAS 100. Oh well. I'm going to call it a day a bit early and go out at 13:15. All right. So here's the trade. Let's take a look. So we already saw the weekly and the daily. Here we are on the 1000, pretty much the daily, right? This is looking great. Here we are on the 100. We had a strong momentum cycle that reaccumulated. This is the flippy zone. I could also include the diagonal, I guess. The diagonal would be somewhere over here. Probably good to make it in white. Somewhere over here. And here we have a breakout. These candles have imbalance with them. They are big bodied candles. Looks really, really good, and I would expect continuation here. So on the 10-minute, what can we see? There is some kind of react happening here, and then we have MMB1. This is MMB2. So most definitely not overextended, and I could look for a trade here. 1 minute, big impulse, fails, reaccumulates stage 1 over here, right? And then breaks out with big momentum and reaccumulates above the rising 10 and 20 EMAs, exactly what we want to see. So now if I go to the 10 second and I see an entry, I will most definitely take it. So what do we have here? We have the flippy zone over here, and diagonal doesn't even matter. It would be either this or it would be this. Either way, this is a very solid breakout and I would expect continuation here. So as it reaccumulates, I would set up the buy order and let's see how I would manage. Would get tapped in, and after a while, right on this candle, as it liquidates these highs, I would reduce risk. Didn't take the, yeah, I was asleep, yeah. And here I mark up the most recent high, and this is where I would reduce risk completely. And this runs pretty quickly to +5. Beautiful trade, everything lined up from the highest time frame to the lowest time frame. Perfect. I love this trade, so good. So unfortunate that I did not take it, but it is what it is. This is gonna happen many, many more times, and I have to get used to that. I can't catch everything. It's fine. And that concludes this day, Wednesday. Next day is Thursday. I actually didn't fill anything out here, and I took a trade quite late. So I thought that nothing is going to set up. That's why I didn't fill it out. And this trade was taken 17-17, so quite late. I usually don't trade at this point anymore, but this seemed to be a good trade, so let's see. Let's just hope I didn't make a mistake here. So the 1000, nothing really changes, right? We just continue higher. Here we are on the 100. So the initial trade was over here. And I would just like to bring attention to this, right? Like this went up and then completely failed, but it was just enough to take the profit out of, right? I participated in the momentum, and yeah, it failed right after, but it was enough to actually take profit. And I think this went to a maximum of like 7.7. All I need is +5, which would be somewhere, I don't know, over here or whatever. And that would give me the profit that I need. So just to put things into context. Anyway, this reaccumulates, continues higher into a new range, reaccumulates once again above the rising EMAs. So this is looking very nice. I can already see that I drew in some kind of flippy here on the 100. On the 10, it's going to be very beautifully visible. Yep. So we have a big impulse that starts reaccumulating. At this point, like this is no longer momentum. I need to see new momentum start. And I need to see a stage 1, which I see here. This breakout over here, I wasn't really looking to trade this, simply because, like, yes, if this went here and started doing something shallow like this, I would trade it. But here, the moment it went up, it immediately dumped big time, which made me believe that all of this is just a liquidity grab, so I didn't look for it. But then it caught itself again and it broke into a new range. So let's take a look at the 1 minute if it looks at all consistent. This is a pretty nice impulse, I would say. Then it reaccumulates, most definitely liquidates some lows over here. This is some kind of diagonal, maybe even this. This is the flippy. It goes above that with imbalance, looking pretty good. Here we have a little bit of a reaccumulation, probably nicely visible on the 10 second. Yep, right here. Beautiful. This is a good impulse, and this is a nice little sideways. So setting up the buy stop over here makes all the sense in the world, I would say. So let's see how I manage that. So I get in risk-free somewhere over here. I don't know. I just thought this is already far enough where if it comes back, I don't want to be part of it. And this looks promising for a while. I think it goes for like 2.2, 2.4, something like that. And then it comes back to break even. So I think this was a really nice trade. So I'm going to call it good. And that's going to be it for this week. Friday, nothing. Yep. So let's go into analysis here. These are the 2 trades that I took. No mistakes this week. That's perfect. Love it. And had I traded perfectly, wait, what is going on here? I would only take 1 trade. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, right, because I tapped good, didn't take. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't trading at the time. That's why it was good that I didn't take it. Makes sense. But wait a second. Perfect week should actually be a little bit different. Decision. Should be like this. Yes. Yes, it should be like this. So before I forget it, let me actually switch this around. Let me open this in a new tab. Go to the template over here and let's change this because that makes no sense. Decision. There we go. This makes way more sense. Okay. So let's fill that in into my forward test. Now I can go actually into trades taken, and I'm gonna see the only trade that I took, which was NAS 100 on May 14th, 1717, and it was a minus 0.2. So, yep, minus 0.2. That's a break even, 0.2 for commissions. So that leaves me at a 17 RR DD right now. Nothing has really changed. So that's cool. Overall, I would just like to say that once again, I have shown patience. I haven't traded anything that was not supposed to be traded. I didn't chase any markets, which is exactly what I need to do. And I'm getting more and more used to it. And every time I give myself props for it and I positively reinforce it, that's cool, because then I listen to my weekly batch analysis sometime throughout the week. I usually listen to it once, and I can hear myself coaching myself, saying, hey, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. If you were trading here, you would be taking losses, so you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and that's awesome. So I think that's gonna be it. A really, really short video this week because there isn't too much to cover. Hopefully next week we'll see some more action. If not, that's fine as well. All right, that's it. Peace out.